Hello everybody, welcome back to Programminers. This is our third video. In the last video, we talked about costume, sounds and event blocks. Today, we'll be talking about two very important aspects of programming, control and sensing blocks. This piece of code what we have here was created in the last video of ours. So basically what this program does is, when the green flag is clicked, it moves 100 steps, switches the costume to costume 2 and plays sound meow until done. But it continuously keeps executing until the program stops. So we can put a wait block for the code to space out. The wait block can be found in the control section of blocks. We can put a wait block in between any of the blocks. Here let's put it between the move block and the switch costume block. So once we'll execute the program now. There. When the green flag is clicked, it moves 100 steps, waits for 1 second, and then only switches the costume to costume 2 and then only plays the sound meow. Let's change this back to costume 1. Now, let's talk about loops. Here, the piece of code executes only one time. If we want to repeat it over a number of times, we can just add the repeat block. What the repeat block does basically, it repeats this piece of code 10 times. We can change this 10 and let's stick to 3. Once we click the green flag now, it executes this piece of code 3 times. Let's try. Once, twice, and thrice. You see, the fourth time it doesn't execute anything because we have put repeat 3 times. So that's how loops work. Now let's talk about a forever block. Let's remove the repeat block and add a forever block. Let's drag this piece of code into the forever block. And now what the forever block does is, it continuously repeats the program on and on until we click the red circle right here. The red circle right here stops the program. So forever it continuously executes. Let's try that again. Let's bring the cat back to its position. Switch this to costume 2. And let's execute it now. There. So it continuously keeps executing. Now let's talk about if blocks. If blocks are called conditional blocks. Let's take a look at that. So you see the small space here. You might be wondering what fits into this space. The answer is sensing blocks. If we go to sensing blocks here in the section right here, and we have a number of blocks here. But these are not full blocks. These blocks just go into blocks like if or else. So let's take an example of touching mouse pointer. And then if touching mouse pointer, then move 10 steps. Let's make 10 200 steps. So let's leave this part of code for now and only focus on this. So let's get the cat to its original position. And let's execute the program. So basically what this piece of code does is, if the sprite is touching mouse pointer is the cursor. If it is touching the mouse pointer, it moves 200 steps forward. Let's try that out. You see, it isn't moving because we haven't specified if touching mouse pointer, if what is touching mouse pointer, we haven't specified that. So let's say if the sprite is touching mouse pointer. Just a second. When this sprite clicked. Got it right there. And let's remove when green flag clicked. So now let's execute this program. There, it moved 200 steps. So that's about if. Let's talk about if else now. If else, basically what it does is, we put a sensing block again here, and if suppose we say touching mouse pointer again. So if it is touching mouse pointer, then it executes some part of code. But if it doesn't touch the mouse pointer, then it executes another part of code. So let's take an example here. Let's leave that part of code and only focus on this part. So we can say here, sorry about that. So we can say if touching mouse pointer, then switch costume to costume 2, else move 100 steps. So here, only if it is touching the mouse pointer, then only it changes to costume 2. If it does not touch the mouse pointer, then it moves 100 steps. So we forgot to put an event block here, so that's why it isn't executing. So let's say when the green flag clicked. There, it moved 100 steps because I wasn't touching the mouse pointer to it. So here clearly it says that else if it is not touching the mouse pointer, move 100 steps. So that is why it moved 100 steps. So now we come to the end of this video. I hope you liked it. Please hit the like button and leave your comments in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.